The Dallas Cowboys are grappling with more than just inconsistent performances on the field. There's growing concern from within the franchise's own legendary ranks. Recently, Hall of Fame quarterback Troy Aikman raised some sharp criticisms about the team's offensive struggles, particularly targeting the wide receivers. With the trade deadline looming and an opportunity to change the offensive dynamic, could a potential trade be the lifeline the Cowboys need to revitalize their season? The Dallas Cowboys have a lot of problems right now, but it is eye-opening that a franchise legend like Troy Aikman came forward and blasted the offense. Aikman was specifically critical of the team's wide receivers, whom he believes run terrible routes and are lazy off the line of scrimmage. Aikman even called out CeeDee Lamb, who seemingly gives lackluster effort when he knows the ball isn't coming his way. While Lamb needs to improve that aspect of his game, opponents have thrown number 88 different looks in the name of limiting his impact. And it's worked. Whether it be cloud coverage, sending an extra defender in man coverage, or cheating a safety over to him, Lamb has seen it all. Despite that, Dak Prescott has thrown into tight windows this season at an alarming rate. While McCarthy's scheme is partly to blame, Prescott and the offense are desperate for another difference-maker at wide receiver. The upcoming trade deadline presents an opportunity for the front office to lend QB1 a helping hand. Luckily, there's a disgruntled wideout who is practically begging to be saved. Even though the Commanders played without rookie QB phenom Jaden Daniels for most of the game, they blew out Johnson's Panthers 40-7 on Sunday. The loss dropped Carolina to 1-6, and Johnson expressed frustration with the team's effort following the defeat. "Frustrated, but I can't play every position on the field and make every play," Johnson said via The Athletic's Joe Person. "Everybody's got to do their job when it comes down to it. Yeah, it's tough, but I just tell myself to keep going regardless." Johnson hasn't officially requested a trade, but his displeasure is obvious. He caught one of 3 targets for 17 yards against a suspect Washington secondary. His talent is being wasted on the Panthers, who didn't score a point until the fourth quarter and mustered just 180 yards of offense in the game. Traded to Carolina in the offseason, Johnson has been held under 30 receiving yards in 4 of 7 games. He has 21 catches for 283 yards and 3 touchdowns in the other 3 games, but it's virtually impossible for him to find consistency in a monotonous Panthers offense. With Carolina headed for a top pick in the 2025 draft and Johnson slated to be a free agent, he feels like an obvious trade candidate before the November 5th deadline. Johnson is the dynamic secondary pass catcher the Cowboys desperately need. He won't be cheap to re-sign, but paying 2 wide receivers has become the norm amongst the NFL's elite. It's time for Dallas front office to get with the times and stop asking Prescott to play hero ball every week. As frustrations mount and the pressure builds, the Cowboys are at a critical crossroads. With a talented wideout potentially on the market and the clock ticking toward the trade deadline, Dallas faces a pivotal decision. Will they seize the moment and give their struggling offense the boost it needs, or will they continue to lean on a system that hasn't been working? Fans, and perhaps even Troy Aikman, are eager to see what happens next.